able to be here at this moment, but they want to watch it later. So this would be recorded for them, right?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so Brandon, who are you? Where are you from? Present yourself to everybody, please.
Okay, I didn't know we would have students from other states here too. And I need to confess, I am not so, uh, how can I say, I'm not so keen on this platform here because it's a little bit weird. I don't use it so much. Okay, so if I do any mistake here, if I make any mistake, please understand and it's okay.
Totally
So
okay.
first of yes. So first of all, right, good evening everybody. My name is Brandon. I am from Campo Mourão, Paraná State, okay? And I am really, really glad to be here, okay, to have accepted the invitation of teacher Mari to share my experience with you of my exchange trip. I could say that my exchange program, the exchange program I have participated because of PFI, okay, when I was a student there. So first of all, to start, I need to tell how I started attending at the course, right? So it was, I guess, yes, it was 2017. I was studying history at Unespar here, the campus of Campo Mourão, right? And I started the course, and it was the first time I was studying English. How can I say seriously? You know, because when I was a teenager, I got a course, but it was only 1 year. Okay, and I was teenager. You know, we don't keep things serious until we know how important it would be for us, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so then when I was attending at the university, I decided that I really needed to learn English, a foreign language as well. And then I started a course because it was, how can I say, it was an opportunity that our campus, you know, gave us
Mhm.
basically. And it was really, really important because it was public. We would pay only for the material, you know, the platform. I don't know if you still use Smart English.
We do. Hmm.
Oh, it's a great platform,
Yeah.
right? Because it's really good, really, really, it's amazing. And
Hmm.
we started, I would say, oh my goodness, to pay only 75 bucks for, you know, the whole semester, and you can study there. And the most important thing, I guess, of this course is because of I guess the grade, you know, but
Hmm.
I mean the hours you have per week to study, you know, you
Hmm.
have 4 hours per week. This is a good time to study, you know,
Hmm.
because most of private schools, you study 2 hours per week, you know. So I spent my Saturdays, you know, going to the course, attending frequently, you know, I was very committed with my course. That is why later I could participate in the exchange program because I was there. Okay, I was attending. So in the at PFI for 1 year, and then what happened? I was very close to my teacher, and in the end of the year, the end of 2017, she told me it would appear, you know, from the universe where Karen is, you know, the place where Karen is. So it would come from the universe, an opportunity, maybe it was, you know, it might happen of the state government provide students the opportunity to participate in an exchange program. And I said, it will be mine, you know. Uh, and then I started studying more and more because I just heard about, you know, it wasn't confirmed yet that it would happen, but I was very, very interested about it, and I said, if it happens, I will travel by the course, you know. And then I started studying more. I was participating in the conversation clubs every Wednesday night, you know, before my regular classes of the history course. And it was like this for one semester. And when we were around April, May of 2018, it came the file, the official document, uh, showing, telling us, presenting the opportunity to travel, right? And to participate of the exchange program, we must have participated in the last year, so the new students couldn't participate, right? So it made it easier for me to participate because it was, how can I say, it was it was limiting, you know, limiting the students that could participate that moment, and I was one of them. And of course the criterias was, let me were um, the absences and the grades. Yes,
Mhm.
the first criteria, you know, you should have at that moment a good grades higher than 80, I guess, higher than 80, you know, the average grade, and your absences couldn't be less than 25, 20, 20 or 20, 75%. Okay. And then, among the students that could participate, uh, we should be in the fourth places. You know, the fourth first places. You know, the top four, and then I was among them. And the next step would be to let me see. To write the your letter, your I forgot how.
Essay?
Yes, your essay, but it
Mhm.
was like your showing your interest. I
Ah,
forgot
right.
how to say the
Mhm.
name of this kind of letter, you know.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. But I get it.
Yes, when you want to apply for a university, you need to a letter of intention. It's something
Yeah.
like that. I forgot the name.
When you want
Uh,
to go to another country, then you write this letter to ask, right? To ask.
Yes, you need to present yourself, basically.
Uh-huh.
You know, you need to present yourself in a letter
Yeah.
showing why the institution should choose you. You know,
Mhm.
this is the
Yes.
main point. So, uh, after that, I wrote the letter for sure. And we should provide, or we should put in this letter three, because we were choosing among six institutions, and then I should choose three of them to send my letter, right? So I chose them, and I was called by just one to participate in the interview, right? It was an online interview by Skype. At that moment I was really, really nervous because we should do the same actually, but instead of writing that time you should speak, you know, you would be interviewed by someone that you don't even imagine, right? But then I was lucky to be called, and I was interviewed by Tanya. She was a manager. I don't know exactly the occupation she has at GV Calgary, but the one of the institutions I chose was Global Village in the city of Calgary in Canada. And this was the only institution that have had called me to participate in the interview. And after 20 minutes of interview, I was very anxious to know if, because I was I w- the these spot, was between me and another student from other campus of Unespar in another city. So we were disputing the same spot, And then after the results, I got the the spot, and I would travel. Then the process was the other. Okay, I was chosen, and now I need to provide all the documents. We must uh, not look for, but yes, look for the flight tickets, and get money from university, and provide all the documents. And this part of the process is really, really stressful, a little bit, and Ale was in charge of all of this. And she's here, I guess she remembered this moment. We needed to reschedule many things, because the time was too short to provide everything, and I didn't have a passport yet. I didn't have any visa, so it was very difficult for us
This
because we
part is very bureaucratic, right?
yes, a lot. And or I don't know. Ale was making some calls there, and she got a lot of. She made this process very easy. Not easy.
Mhm.
It was difficult, but it was fast. We could have everything that we needed at that moment,
Mhm.
very fast. But it was stressful to do this.
Mhm.
So the first tip I can give you, if you want to participate in an exchange program, if you intend to do this, to travel in a near future, go for, okay, try now as soon as you can to provide the main documents you need: passport, visa, okay, and a little bit of money. You need to have a little bit of money on cash to travel. This is the first tip. You need to organize these things, and probably and also the medical insurance, it's important, to
Mhm.
know a little bit if the country request any vaccine. You need to provide these documents.
Mhm.
So this is important to pay attention, in the process.
Mhm.
After that, so okay, it was on August. I was with everything ready and just waiting to travel. All right. And I traveled on August, let me see, August 24th. Yes, August 24th of 2018. So then I traveled. I needed to go to Curitiba because uh, I preferred going there because of some relatives I have there. And then I went there to my uncle's house, and from Curitiba I traveled to São Paulo by bus, and then I got the flight. And my flight stopped first in Panama City, and then from Panama I stopped again in Toronto, and then from Toronto I got a third flight to Calgary. Okay, so it was around 13. No, yes, counting only the flight time. Okay, only the flight
Mhm.
time. It was around 13 hours of flight.
It's a lot.
Okay. Yes, then you have the time, you wait on the at the airport. It's terrible, but it
Mhm.
is great, because
At the
it
same
was
time.
yes. Now we analyze the situation as, oh, it was so tiring, but actually when you are traveling, you are so excited that you are traveling for by airplane for the first time. You are going to an exchange program in another country, Canada. That is a very nice country. So I was so happy that I wouldn't, I was not paying attention at any problem that could happen with me, because I was so energetic. It
Mhm.
was amazing that moment. I am having the feelings right now. It's nice to remember.
Yeah, it's so good when we go travel for a place here in Brazil. We get all excited. Imagine for you
Yes.
that was another country, another experience, and you
Uh-huh.
were going without spending so much money, right?
Sure, yes.
Because
This was extremely important,
yeah,
because all my expenses, I can say, was paid by the state of the government,
yeah,
the government state, by the university, this process they have of
hmm,
partnership, if it was kind of a sponsorship,
yeah,
you know because so my flight tickets were paid, my course was paid, my yes, it's
yeah.
great.
You can get it by the PFI.
Yes, I got it by PFI, this is
Yeah,
true,
I think
and then
when you first started talking about it, Brandon, Jade wasn't
wasn't
here.
here, yes.
Yeah.
So let's just mention very quickly. I was a PFI student at that moment, and I got the exchange. I started the exchange program because of I was attending at PFI, and then the opportunity came. I was prepared, you know, and I got it. So
Yes, I'm late. Thanks for repeating.
don't worry. So
Yeah,
then,
just a minute, Brandon.
okay.
I just was saying, Jade, because I know that some of you may not be aware of this opportunity, right, Brandon? But Brandon got this opportunity by the government in 2018, as he was saying.
Mhm.
And the criteria for you to achieve this is having good grades, studying in PFI for a long time, right? Because Brandon was since 2017,
17, it was more than 1 year.
more than 1 year, yeah. And nowadays we don't have this sponsorship, but in the future we are going to have. So if you are participating in the program, if you are doing all the activities, participating in the clubs, because Brandon also told us that he has participated in all the clubs we had, you have
Mhm.
to be engaged in all the activities PFI have, so you have more chances, more opportunities to
Mhm.
get this sponsorship, because it's just one. And then you have to, like he said, to dispute, right, Brandon, with another
Mhm.
people, because many people want to go. But if you have this this engaging in the PFI, you can get
Yeah.
this sponsorship like Brandon did. And he's going to show all the pictures, right, Brandon? All the
Mhm.
nice
Yes.
pictures he took. He's going to tell us about the places he went. So it's going to be awesome.
Yes, this was the process. It was only the beginning, the first part of the process, because now the second part is about what I did when I arrived there, right? So first, we must remember something, that I went there to study an English course, okay, a general English course. I was supposed to study in the morning. Every morning I went to Global Village, and I had an extra class in the afternoon, you know. So it was included too. It was a package, a very nice package, of course, that I got. Uh, and then when I arrived at Calgary, I stayed in a host family. Okay, in a host house. I was with a host family there, and they were incredible. They were receiving students from all over the world for more than 15 years. We have many families in Canada that participate in this program. It's a federal program they have, so you can make your, you, how can I say, you just put your name there in a website. I don't know exactly how it works, but they put their names, they make they apply to be a host family, and if the government approves, okay, so you will receive and get students into your house, okay. So basically, I was there with a host family. The house was a little bit far from the school, but the city has a very nice infrastructure with a lot of no, we are talking about Canada for sure. So the public transportation is great. You know, you have a very smart city. Calgary is a very smart city, so you have connection everywhere. You have a public transportation everywhere, fast, clean, secure. You know, so it's incredible. And I was attending so at this English course in Global Village. Let me see. Ale has a question here. Just a sec. One question. What was the outcome of this experience? In other words, has anything changed? Oh, for sure. I will talk about this later. Okay. So then, when I arrived in Calgary, I spent I spent my days visiting many places, studying English, general English there, and it was it. So I will share with you now some pictures, and then I will speak based on the pictures for you to have this taste of what Calgary is. Okay. Uh, Let me present now. I will show the whole screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will not be able to see you now,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay,
then okay,
we can see it. Oh, it's so beautiful.
can you see the screen?
Yeah, we can.
All right. I just got pictures, okay? There is anything written here. There isn't anything written here, just pictures. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the building, okay? Where Global Village in Calgary is. Calgary is a very committed city concerning heritages, you know? So they try to keep the buildings, the old parks, all renewed, you know. So this is a very old building, the city, and it was changed into the school. Okay, so it has 3 floors, four floors, and each floors has a different thing in the school. You know, computer labs, classrooms. You have how the it's not a playground, but you have a place to hang around, you know, to hang out with your friends there, to eat your lunch, to, you know, to spend time playing football table. You have many things there. And this is Calgary. Okay, this was in the first week. I got this picture in a hill. As you can see, we have a bridge here, a very famous one. And here I will show you later, we have the Calgary Tower. Okay, so this is the downtown. And this is the main river that crossed the whole city. Okay, it's called the Bow River. And this is a little bit of the downtown of Calgary. Here is another thing. As you know, in an exchange program, I don't know if you know, but in an exchange program, you don't waste your day only studying. You have opportunities to go to many places. You are like a tourist, you know. You will study in the morning, but then in the rest of your day, you choose what you are going to do. So, and then of course, the school, they provide you some activities, you know. They will not let you you know, to choose anything, something so if you, sorry, they don't let you to choose something to do if you don't even know the city, right? What are you going to choose if you don't know? So this was, again, it was in my second week. I went with the school to a city called Banff in the Rocky Mountains, okay? A very nice place, a very magical, fantastic. And this is a little bit for you to see how gorgeous it is. You know, it's so big. In the picture, we can't really understand how big this place is. You know, this is the lake. I guess the name is Jack Lake, and the mountains are higher than we can imagine. You know, the picture doesn't show exactly how it is. Okay, but it's amazing. As you can see, it's a great view, an amazing perspective to see the peak, the mountains. All right. This one is another activity I participated. It was a hockey game, sure. And hockey is, as you know, is a it's the great, I guess, is the main sport in Canada. They are trying to get strong, if I can use this word. They are trying to get professional teams. They have professional teams for sure, but they are not so strong as American teams in the football. They have the Canadian football, a little bit different from the American football, but the main sport in Canada is hockey. Everyone there, every guy, even girls, they want to know how to play hockey. And they fight in the middle of the game. It's incredible. It's almost like soccer for us. Here is part of the city. It's not the neighborhood that I was living, but it's close. And as you can see, the neighborhoods, they are extense. The city is twice bigger than Curitiba, but the population is the same. So as you can see, the city is really huge, but the population is not so much based on the size of the city, right? But they have a lot of space. They have many parking lots. Everywhere you go, the houses are gorgeous, are incredible. They are so huge, really huge houses where you go, whenever you go. This is another place in the mountains. It's I guess one of the most famous lakes of Canada. It's called Lake Louise. If you want to Google it later, you will see how amazing it is. So Lake Louise is incredible. And I went here. This was in my. I was almost coming back to Brazil. It was on my. Let me see. Yes, almost my last week there. And I went this time with some friends, not with the school anymore. And as you can see, here the mountains weren't covered by snow, and here they were. Okay, why? Because the winter season in Canada uh began to it begins around the last days of October. But at that month, since the first week of October, it was snowing in the mountains. The snow that year came a little bit early, and I could see the snow for the first time in my life, right? And as you can see, I am so small here, in the middle of this amount of snow, and it's really beautiful and so white. You don't even imagine. I don't know if you have seen um, snow in your life, but it's amazing, and it's a very different experience in our life. This is in front of the school. There is a park here, a square, not a park, it's just a square. But it was covered, as you can see, by snow. And yes, this snow they call a wet snow, because the weather is not so cold yet for the snow be dry, that the soft snow. So they call the heavy snow because it was wet yet, and this comes dirty because of the cars. And this was my last day there. I went to a Korean pub, Korean restaurant. I got drunk with my friends, and we took this picture in the train station before I went home to go to the airport, and it was incredible. I met people there from Mexico, from Japan, from South Korea, from Switzerland, from Brazil for sure, and what else? People from Germany. I met people from many places there. This is the another square close to the school, And as this is the municipal building, okay, the hall, the city hall, and this is the heritage, right? The old city hall they were rebuilding. I don't know how to say exactly. And for now is it. Let me see if I have some other pictures, or let's open for the questions.
It's
Do you,
amazing. I loved it. I really did, Brandon. And did you see in our chat that some of our students are jealous of you?
let me see. Ah, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Brandon, if you can close your presentation, then we can open to the questions and students can ask you things. But I loved the pictures, and as I was telling Brandon in the beginning, the pictures are so beautiful that they look like postcards pictures. And he was saying to me that they are natural pictures, like natural. Just when you go outside and take pictures, right, Brandon?
Yes.
It wasn't a production.
It
It was
has a, yes. It has it don't have any filter, any nothing, any nothing. Because you just go outside, get your cell phone, took a picture of a tree, took a
yeah,
took a picture of the sun with some buildings, and that's
yeah.
it.
And it's magical, right? I was looking at the houses that you took pictures of, and I think the most amazing thing about developed countries like Canada, for example, is that we don't have the high walls, right?
Mhm. Yes,
The homes. So they are
exactly.
all together, and all those houses, those beautiful houses.
Some of them, they have just some fences, in the backyard. Just
Mm,
it. The front of the house,
it-
there is nothing, exactly
mhm.
nothing. Just the cars parked in front, you
Yeah,
know.
and it's so nice because here in Brazil, it's like we are in prison, right? Because our
Mhm.
houses are so covered
Yes,
with fences, electrical fences, and high walls, and
this
everything
is
to
true.
protect.
This is true. The feeling we have is this. Like you are free to go to any place you want. You feel, as I told before, as I said before, you feel so secure. You don't worry about being stolen or anything like that. You hang around, you go out with your friends and come late because there is any problem.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. So I would like to open up for you guys. So I bet you have questions for Brandon. So please, if you can ask, you can
I
tell.
hope to.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon is looking forward for your questions, right, Brandon?
Yes, I asked you before. Oh, do they like to make questions? Do they like to speak? I want to listen to you.
Yeah,
And it would be amazing to see you if you are able to turn on your cameras. It would
yeah,
be nice
I
to see
always
you.
ask this.
Yes.
Don't be shy, guys. Open up your camera
Oh,
if you'd like.
we are all here just speaking, practicing, talking.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Hmm.
Go there.
Welcome, Gabriel. Gabriel hasn't been here. João Pedro too. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, thanks.
So the questions. Do you have any questions for Brandon? Oh, Brandon, I think now it's the time for you to answer Ale's question.
Yes, sure. What was the
É a
outcome,
fuck
right?
bitch.
Oh my goodness, João Pedro.
Oh, dear Lord.
Única coisa que eu aprendi.
Really? So let me teach you something else, okay? Let me teach you something else. So listen carefully, all right? Listen carefully. So the outcomes from this experience were all incredible. Yes, English has changed my life uh, completely. Since I was or better, I was graduated in history, right? So my perspectives. I was intending, oh, I want to be a history teacher. I will teach kids. I will teach teenagers at public schools, and will be that. In the future, I can get a master degree and start teaching at the university. And nowadays, after I arrived, I needed to do some speeches at the university, and I started working as a volunteer at PFI, right, to teach English. In at the same time, I was looking for jobs, because I was graduated and wasn't working, and I got the opportunity to start working as an English teacher here in a private school, right? And this has changed my life a lot. I am changing my future plans. I am changing my perspectives of life. So just because of English, just because I had
Professora,
this courage to start the English course at
vou jogar uma
Eu acho que
PFI,
eu
okay?
sou gay, professor.
Yes. Do you have any
Brandon, I
questions?
think you are.
Professor, vou jogar uma conversa.
Não, já vai em casa, vai toda hora.
Let's start here.
Bora.
Okay, Mari. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Tá tão engraçado hoje, seu filho de uma puta. Tu tá com patati